Hello everyone, welcome to another vlog. Today is the 1st of October. It's the first day of October and I've already started watching Katie's video. She just posted an amazing video about ranking Anthony Trollope books which she has read. So I was just watching that, but I also plan to edit my Victober TBR which I just filmed, so I'm going to start doing that in a bit. But before I do that, I just wanted to share with you guys my Victober basket and what it has inside it. I just came up with this idea of making a Victober basket like half an hour ago when I was collecting all the things I needed to film my Victober TBR. Basically, this basket is from I'm not sure, there was just this one home decor store in Dubai where I got it from. I don't even remember. I have two of these. The first one has a pillow and a blanket in here. You need a blanket with you when you are getting comfy with a book. But the actual basket which I made for Victober is right here. Ow, ow, ow. I'll take off my glasses. I think you guys can see a reflection and it gets annoying. So I have here my Cartwright and Butler tin, which was full of biscuits initially, but at the moment I have dried cherries and dried apricot in here, which I got from Skardu when I went there this year. I love snacking on this and I'm going to keep this with me while I'm reading. The next snack which I have here is some gum. This is Trident sugar-free gum, which I love having. This is their wild blueberry twist flavor. And then I have some chocolates, the hazelnut Hershey's Kisses chocolate. So I couldn't put tea in here, but basically I'll be needing lots and lots of tea and coffee to keep me company while I read. So the next category of things which I have in here after some snacks is some comfort care. I don't know. So basically I have this candle which I recently got. It's the Bath & Body candles from their aromatherapy line. I love the candles from Bath & Body, but I usually get their floral scented one. So I have lilies and jasmine, but I've used their aromatherapy line and I love the smell of this. I'm totally a type A person and I get stressed out really easily, so this scent really helps to calm me down. And then I also got myself the Stress Relief body lotion. Can I just try the body lotion? I think it's going to be amazing. I love it. The Stress Relief line is a mixture of eucalyptus, spearmint. They also have another Stress Relief line which also has tea leaves in it, and I love tea and the tea leaves smell amazing. I had no idea that they smelled so good. And the next thing I have is a face mask, which can come in really handy when I want to relax with a book as well. And then I have, let me see, some stationery. So I have these sorry looking stickers or post-it notes which I usually use. I think I have another pack somewhere as well, but I couldn't find them, so I've just put these ones in here. So these are the highlighters which I usually use. I love having these with me because I love to highlight when I read, and I don't even mind using different colored highlighters. As you guys can see, I'm using a pink one and a yellow one here. And then I have my books. I have Lady Audley's Secret. I don't know why this book is here. I'm not planning on reading it, but The Importance of Being Earnest in Other Place. There's Silas Marner by George Eliot. I love the cover of this book. I was initially planning on reading this for October as well, but I don't think I can push myself that hard, so I'm just going to go with Lady Audley's Secret and The Trumpet Major. So I have started reading The Trumpet Major. I'm not sure where I stopped because I did not put a bookmark in. I took it with me when I went to Skardu and I read it there. Basically, I went to Skardu for a week. Skardu is in the district Gilgit-Baltistan in the north of Pakistan. It's a beautiful place. It has mountains, it has a cold desert, it has beautiful lakes. The place is amazing. I've been there twice before, but this was the first time I went there with my husband and we had a lot of fun. This is a postcard from Shangri-La, which is a resort in Gilgit-Baltistan, Skardu. Went there and then we went to Harpocho Fort. So I love collecting these tickets, even though I'm an adult now and I don't have any scrapbooks, but I still like to collect these things. I'm going to sit down with my Wicktober basket, watch Katie's video and start reading The Trumpet Major. I'll keep you guys updated about what goes on. Hi guys, so today is the 14th of October and I thought I will give you a quick update about my Wicktober reading since only half of Wicktober is left now. So I have my Wicktober basket with me, which honestly was a great idea because I've been using it constantly. So I started my Wicktober with The Trumpet Major by Thomas Hardy. I was on chapter 4 when I realized that the story and the plot seemed very familiar. I went on Goodreads and I checked whether I had read The Trumpet Major, and you won't believe it, I've already read it. So I read The Trumpet Major in the year 2019, in January 2019, and I had given it a 1 star on Goodreads. There's even a video of me filming a review of The Trumpet Major. I am so sorry guys, I feel like such a terrible booktuber right now because I didn't even remember whether I had read a book. But when I came on chapter 4, I did finally realize that I had already read it. The reason why I started reading it again was because I loved the first sentence, and weirdly enough, I was really enjoying the book when I started it. So I wasn't sure why I had given it a 1 star. So I decided to continue reading The Trumpet Major. As I was reading it, I was getting flashbacks of the story as well. I'm happy to report that now I have finished the reread of The Trumpet Major, and this time I'm giving it a 3.5 star instead of a 1 star. And now I do understand why I gave it a 1 star the last time I read it, because I was terribly disappointed with the ending of this book. So as is usual with a Hardy novel, there's a love triangle or a love square going on. And so in The Trumpet Major, we have this one female character called Anne Garland, and she has 3 suitors. One of the suitors you can basically just kick off from the list right away because he is an idiot, and Anne Garland also knows that he's an idiot, so we're clear on that guy being not the lead for Anne. But the other 2 guys are actually brothers, and the one guy I was rooting for did not end up with Anne Garland at the end of the book. So I guess I was pretty angry at the ending when I initially read it, and I think that might be the reason why I ended up giving a 1 star. Another thing which I did not like about the book was Anne Garland's personality. She was very unstable and was not able to pick the guy she liked, and she kept on jumping between the brothers from one to the next every couple of chapters, and it got so annoying at the end. Sorry guys, my camera died right in the middle of filming. I thought there was enough charge in my camera to film a vlog, but I was wrong. So I was talking about The Trumpet Major. I finished my reread and I have now given it a 3 star. I think I was a bit unjust in rating the book 1 star previously, but I had a few reasons. Even though the ending of the book was disappointing, I feel like Thomas Hardy did justice to the story because the writing throughout was brilliant. When I read The Trumpet Major the first time, I was actually preoccupied with my own wedding preparation, so I was not able to enjoy the book thoroughly, and I feel like the story clashed with what was going on in my own life. Now that I am done with the reread of The Trumpet Major, I have started reading Lady Audley's Secret by Mary Elizabeth Braddon. I was not sure whether I would be able to read more than 1 book for this Wicktober, but I'm so happy that I have read 1 book and now I'm on my 2nd book for Wicktober. I'm really enjoying Lady Audley's Secret. Lady Audley's Secret is a sensation novel and is very fast-paced. It is kind of similar to The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins, and I believe they were published one after the other. However, I'm so happy to report that I am enjoying Lady Audley's Secret much more than I enjoyed The Woman in White. So at the very end of this edition of Lady Audley's Secret, there is an essay which I started reading. It basically compares the two authors, Wilkie Collins and Mary Elizabeth Braddon. So, Wilkie Collins was a good friend of Charles Dickens, and he got his stories published in Charles Dickens magazines, which gave him an edge over Mary Elizabeth Braddon, which is one of the reasons why Wilkie Collins' works are more popular today. So, Mary Elizabeth Braddon did read The Woman in White, and she was disappointed with the female characters in the book, and I thought this was such an interesting piece of information to know. So, Lady Audley's Secret is divided into 3 volumes. I have now read the first volume of the book, and I have a favorite character already. So, my favorite character in the book so far is Alicia, who is a 17-year-old girl. Her father is 50 years old, and he just marries a very young girl who then becomes Lady Audley. So, Alicia is not a typical Victorian heroine. I think she is brilliant, she is outspoken, she says what she wants to. So, this is what I love about her character. Now, the book is really easy to read. You are gripped by the plot, it's suspenseful. There's a mystery going on, and I usually am not a fan of mysteries, but I'm really enjoying the writing. Hopefully, I will be able to finish this book in time, and if possible, I would like to read another Victorian classic as well. So, wish me luck. So, I have been listening to an audiobook for Lady Audley's Secret. The app which I have been using is Librivox, which has free audiobooks for classics. I hope you all are having a lovely Victober as well. Let me know down in the comments how your Victober reading is going so far, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye guys.